Hello, viewers. I'm SB.
And I'm
You be
Amabel.
okay there, sweetie?
Yeah, so I had a gas bubble immediately when it
It's
was
just
my
the
line.
the sheer concept of playing more Myst makes you physically ill. Believe me, I get it. I'm not happy to be here either. We gotta turn the lights back on. I wanna
Yeah.
check the hallway down there.
Okay.
Boy, they could really have designed this such that you could see the power indicator on the batteries while you're turning the crank. Right, there's no reason that it needs to be, and
Yeah.
then I go check, and then I go, oh, well, I better hold the button down some more, and...
There are certainly ways in which this shows its age, and I appreciate you going over this with me.
Yeah,
Uh,
I actually don't know
I
if
know.
that's a technical limitation kind of thing, though. It doesn't seem to me that it would be. So, like, there are these places where it looks like the tunnels are supposed to connect to each other, because they have these spots that look like doorways, but I don't think
Uh-huh.
they actually are doorways. And when you try to click on them, sometimes it turns you around, but sometimes it moves you forward. And it's really difficult actually to tell which of those things has happened because the graphics for the...
Yeah.
I don't know if it's easy for you to tell. Like, I'm clicking forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times to get down these stairwells. And, like, this image and this image are very fucking
Yeah.
similar, right? Like,
It definitely looks like it should be like a door
yeah,
there. Yeah.
I think there's supposed to be. Okay, look, there's like a button here. Yeah, fucking Myst. This is the essence of Myst right here.
I'm not talking about technical limitations so much as like maybe there wasn't like the most play
Let's
testing.
just go to the other hall.
Maybe it
Yeah. Okay,
wasn't.
I see.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how much of that was a vague like game feel on my part, and how much of that was halfway memory.
Okay. So there's a compass rose.
Yeah. Oh, I clicked. So to be clear, what I did there, we should get out of here. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Did I break things? Oh, this is the route. I don't want to go this way. Well, actually, maybe we do. Is there anything interesting in here now? Doesn't really look like it. The extremely filthy bed.
Okay. Let's get the lights back on, I
Yeah,
guess.
I broke them somehow.
I mean, it might just been running out of battery juice.
Love battery juice. Wait, how do I... It is so cantankerous with allowing me to get from place to place. I did, in fact, deplete all of the battery juice. So anyway, Amabel, you were saying...
Well, I'm saying that this was as far as what little I know is like two dudes made this together, and
Again, you're
so
probably going to speak up.
so maybe like there when I say it shows its age, I just mean there are things we wouldn't tolerate from a game
Okay.
design today, and I mean this in the context of like is this an adventure game?
Yeah, I think that's pretty hard to... I mean, do I just press the button directly across here?
So like in the context of okay. So hey,
Okay, so clicking on the whole center part of the thing doesn't do anything at all. To be clear about how I'm interacting, but it seems like clicking on one of the lights on the rim causes that effect. And out of curiosity, did it
okay.
immediately dump the power cell? It did. Okay.
So, is there a particular light we
Well,
need
I
to
mean,
turn on?
yes. The answer is clearly yes, right? One of those buttons is the correct button.
So, in the telescope, it pointed at what was the degree where it pointed at the little house with the bulb on it?
It was 130 something. I want to say, right?
It was between two, wasn't it? So I'm like 135 maybe?
Yeah, I mean this is certainly verifiable. But yeah, I believe it was in the 130 area. Yeah, looks like 135 pretty much dead on.
Okay, so if
Damn it.
we
Go.
assume that the top of the compass rose is pointing at you know, the 0, how would we
Yeah,
what button would give us
a reasonable
135?
assumption. That makes this 135. And indeed, clicking on that does seem to have transferred power to the underwater lights.
Okay, well we
Yeah.
need that.
Without turning off the power to the rest of the complex, it would seem. So that's handy. Okay, not really a lot going on in here, actually. There's just a table that if you touch it becomes a book. Classic. And if you try to lean away from the table, the book disappears. Does not just stay there. I just wanted to look around, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, I know where that is.
Yeah. Hey, we're in the room where we can put the page in the book.
He returned. He wouldn't return. They just rescue me. I'm acting off. My brother, I beg you. To be complete. Don't always blue pages. Listen to him. Now listen to my brother. He's a fool and a liar. Bring me the blue pages. The red ones. Don't bring the red ones. Oh, you. I've been wrongfully imprisoned. You must. I will have my retribution. Please bring me the blue pages. Pages.
Well, what do you think of that, Amabel?
I mean, he seems like he's a bad dude. So there's the red page still. Do you want to just go back immediately and get that red page?
Did you hear what that guy just said?
Put it in the red book? About retribution and the blue
And about
pages?
don't bring him the red pages? He's a bad guy?
Yeah, I'm sure if we brought the red page to that guy, he'd say the same thing about his... Let's try it out.
This was the book on the ship. Right?
Yeah. Yep. What I was saying, though, is that in the context of, like, adventure games, like, there's a lot of things, like, I actually don't like adventure games, generally.
That has certainly been my experience trying to play them with you.
Well, because there's stuff that's just like really annoying about them in ways that aren't fun and cool, like when I do annoying stuff.
Yeah, the thing is, you love it when shit's really annoying in games. Badly designed to frustrate on purpose.
No, designed to frustrate. I wouldn't say badly
I'm sure
designed
you
to frustrate
wouldn't.
on purpose. But I'm saying that, like, the stuff here that's kind of obnoxious feels like an adventure game. Feels like the kind of stuff that where it's getting in the way a lot, and we're like, if they had thought about it a little more and it wasn't in the context of this being acceptable, then they wouldn't be doing this shit.
This didn't remain lit, but I'm curious if I can... No, I can't. Just interact with the table anyway.
Alright, okay, so we need to...
What an annoying thing. Okay, so I need to, first of all, set this into that mode. Run in here, climb up there, flip this thing. I kind of wish that, and I probably could have installed something like this if I had thought about it. Maybe I will for the future episodes. I kind of wish there was something that like made it clear to you when I was clicking. It just like created a little red ring around the cursor or something, just so that you can see how much rapid clicking is involved in maneuvering around the island.
Okay, yeah.
So you basically just have to completely recommit this whole puzzle.
135, okay. Yeah, that's maybe not... But can you imagine if there was a puzzle game where it made you solve the same puzzle over and over again every time instead of, like, leaving it open? Leaving it done?
Yeah, what a bizarre sort of
So
disrespect of your time that would be. Alright, here we are with your cursed red page.
Thank you for bringing the red page. You must continue. My name is Sirius. I beg you to find the remaining red pages. You must read. Release me from this book which has become. I need more red pages, please. Beg. Don't waste time. Look. Don't. My brother is guilty. And I wrongfully imprisoned. Bring the red page to me.
One thing
Yeah.
I notice is that the information that we get from that does not need all that time to convey it.
No, certainly not.
And you know, there's writing to convey information, and there's writing to give pleasure, and there's not much pleasure in that writing necessarily. So I don't I don't
This
get
is
it.
still not functional. How did I break this, and how do I unbreak it?
A good question.
Because unbreaking it seems like it's going to be pretty important.
It's weird that it didn't start broken.
It's not. No, why would it have
No.
started broken?
Well, just if it's a thing that can be like why if the puzzle is to fix it, like why start with it working and then you think, oh, I've done something wrong.
So that's... This will have to do with this little house here. Right? When it's aligned like this...
Okay.
Here's what we want. Your theory is that we'll be seeing a hint that is specific to this place.
Yeah.
And of course we'll be seeing it, you know, after 12 clicks and an elevator ride and some waiting. And...
Again, I do appreciate you playing this with me.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that Myst, I believe, originally shipped on multiple discs because of the incredibly high quality of the images and whatnot. Okay, so that was the 724. So this, if that's the case, then this tower rotation is to be read as this hitting the center of the island, not hitting the cabin.
But the cabin, the 724 would open the same.
Oh, no, you're right. That's right. It wasn't. In my head, the 724 was what we clicked on the symbols. And that's absolutely not what it was. My memory is bad. I apologize.
That's from the start.
Well, I'm a big dummy. I apologize. So we can't actually get a rotation that indicates the little building off of the beachhead over here, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then this, of course, is going to be the one that indicates the power signature. Why did they make this the noise? And this was the dates. Wait, is this the dates? Because shouldn't the dates be here? Yeah, let's go see. Hold on.
What it is.
Ah, come on, get in there. And of course the sequels, they were more expansive, right? The direct sequel to Myst is a game called Riven. And the reason that I never beat Riven or got particularly far, in fact, in Riven, is that I got into a place... Ah, see, that's new.
240.
I got into a place where, I required... I was, like, looking at 2 or 3 different things and trying to, you know, correlate and figure out if one of them was a solution to another thing. But they were on opposite ends of a fairly long walk that had not just a bunch of this shit in the middle of it, but also a loading, like a disc swap. So every time I wanted to try to get, eventually I was just like, actually, fuck this. This is not worth the physical effort of playing this video game.
Now imagine if you had a game like that where you had to wander around, try to solve puzzles, go back and forth, backtrack a lot. But then there were really annoying jokes and a really
you gotta speak way higher when the elevators go in there, sweetie.
I'm trying. I'm not loud enough. It's the thing people have always said to me, Amabel, You're not loud
Too
enough.
quiet.
You need to be more loud and
Yeah,
annoying.
unfortunately, the audio situation is not. It's not as manipulable as we might like. We can't really like
Yeah.
up the level of the speakers too much more, the human speakers.
Yeah.
So that book that had is it this one? No. This one has a piano and that, whatever that's supposed to be. So we know what the 724 referred to. We don't know
Yeah.
about 240, 221. Right, and
I'm gonna assume it's gonna have to do with
something's got to do with these. Although we know not
right,
what.
but I'm gonna assume. Yeah, I'm assuming the 24221 has to do with those.
But there's nothing
gears.
at the gears, right? Like,
Unless there's a room we haven't clicked.
yeah, there might be some kind of like.
Pickable.
Yeah, I don't see a clickable and interactable thing anywhere.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how we would use a hint intended for the gears in the first place.
Yeah. Can we go back to the cabin and try to figure out what we're doing with the pilot light?
Yep. Nope, not that. Go past it. Okay. So we have this lit. We have a bunch of buttons that don't do anything. Attempting to click on the wheel here does nothing unless you do it any further right than this, in which case it turns you around. Wait a minute. Oh, look at that. There's a little hot spot here where the wheel turns differently than it turns the rest of the. Jesus Christ. And that's especially fucked because you saw me click here several times,
Yep,
and it just turns us to the right. But you can't click here. You have to click here. Amabel, I'm liable to kill somebody.
Yeah. Please don't.
All right, so what is this doing? It's not affecting that at all. I'm opening it the rest of the way. That's not doing anything. Is it affecting this stuff?
Can you try? Oh, it may be.
I mean, it's making the same noises. Okay, so these are setting the clock hands.
Well, let's set it for 240.
Yeah, 40. And then presumably you turn one more time. Okay.
Button, I guess.
Indeed. Okay, and this is the first time all 8 of the switches have been turned on. So that could be something. Okay, and then this was 221?
221.
So, okay, there's a lever here that doesn't do anything. A lever here that doesn't do anything. A lever here that doesn't do anything except change the color of the piece of wood directly above it. Am I... Oh, I have to grab the lever and then manually pull it all the way down?
Okay.
Okay. So that resets the weight. So both of these levers advance the total value.
Okay.
But they do it presumably in different ways. This one sort of seems like it's counting up from the bottom. So, yeah, I want to make that 2. Okay. Yeah, it seems like the one lever never affects the top number. So I just set that to the thing and then use the other one to set the other one. And that has tiltified this gear. But to be clear, I can't click on it, nor can I click on anything else.
I presume that means that the
the big gear has opened in some way. Yeah.
Just like when we revealed the boat. The boat.
Solid thinking, probably. I bet you are right. Indeed. And would you look at that?
Crazy book.
It's another one of them crazy books. Okay, so we have some sort of 4-part code key lock here. Boy, this is a weird little island. Amabel, I don't actually know how to advance here.
Huh.
Yeah, I kind of think we maybe can't do anything at all until we can solve this.
Figure out the code. All right, well, let's look at that code again.
Yeah, it's just really... Oh, nope, I managed to wiggle...
Okay.
It's so fucking hard to tell where there are paths, and I managed to wiggle onto the walkway. And here we have some hallways with some big-ass corrugated metal walls. More of this decor. Swords that I am not allowed to steal. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so a cloak hanging like in front of a thorn, a crossbow, and some weapons. See, this is really frustrating. If I click on here to try to like interact with the weapons, this is already turn left. I'm far enough to the left that this is turn left.
Yeah. I feel like today, and maybe even not too far from the time this came out, you would have like the thing would glow when you hovered over it to let you know.
Yeah, or you'd get a different cursor or something. Okay, so there's a knife that I'm for some reason not allowed to touch. A little alcove down here.
That's rude. I don't want you like touching.
That's creepy.
Spooky. Yeah. I do have a question.
Blue page. Yeah.
So I saw, that snake came out, and it made me think. So you would kiss a dog on the head because a dog is a cut. Would you kiss a snake on
if
the
I
head?
thought the snake was interested in being kissed on the head. Here's the thing: dogs seem to like it. Mostly, you kiss them like sort of between the eye ridges or whatever, and then they make the happy face.
Yeah, they love that.
I don't really have not spent a lot of time with snakes. I don't know if they'd be into that. My impression is that snakes are creatures who do not love it when things are directly above them.
No, that makes sense.
I know that
there's a snake there.
internet culture has it that you can boop the snoot of a snake. I don't know if that's a thing they like either. I would consult a snake or a snakeologist before attempting any of these maneuvers.
Yeah.
Okay, that appears to be an electrocution switch that I cannot hold. It flips once and then it does the thing. Here's a cleaver. Sunk actually pretty good into this piece of solid wood.
Yeah. This is pretty grisly stuff.
It's bad news. Not a lot of interactable stuff though. Let me finish looking around here. Okay, another room at the opposite corner. Okay, they light up when we mouse over them. They don't do anything when clicked. This time we cannot turn the telescope, it does not seem. Wait, is that really... They don't let me get any closer to the thing than that? Nope, they sure don't. Doesn't this look like it's going to be a puzzle component?
Yeah.
So here's a boat. Perhaps even that boat. Oh yeah, because here's the spaceship as well. And here's a painting of some lady.
That's the dude painting? That's Napoleon? That's Napoleon, yeah.
Hold on, there was an angle that we
might
could look directly at that throne from. I'm trying to... Here we go. I am a little bit wondering if I can't interact with stuff because I'm holding the page, you know? Hard to say. But, like, I don't want to put down the page because, obviously, we'd love to get out of here with a page. All right, let me go back around to that button on the wall. Okay. All right, well, now I've done that. I've synced the openings. There is nothing else to do in here as far as I can tell. But now if I press this, the walkway draws back up and then we can walk into the central elevator.
All right. So for what it's worth, I believe that painting of the lady was Josephine. I'm not sure if that's a puzzle component. It seems like a weird thing to be a puzzle component.
Yeah, and for the people
Knowing who
for
Napoleon
the people who don't.
Oh, so Josephine was the first wife of Napoleon Bonaparte. Famously, he told her not to wash because he was horny. That didn't really happen. That's just an urban legend.
That's okay. What a wild thing to say. So I actually can't turn in a way that allows me to walk around this room at all, it looks like. I can look upward, but I can't do anything while looking upward, including attempting to interact with these obvious controls. So I guess I'm going to go down.
Yeah, if you can go down.
It's a very odd space.
And then come back up. Yeah, go down and...
No.
Can we... No.
Okay, that button is just toggle. Or is it? that button actually was go to the middle, it seems like. Well, if you were in the middle and someone else were in that chamber at the top of the elevator, they would have access to the controls at this point, one assumes.
Yeah, we can't open it.
No.
No.
And I can't trigger that behavior from outside the elevator. I mean, it really is remarkable how little walking around I'm allowed to do in this room. I'll tell you what, if this were like Starship Titanic or something, you'd at least be able to turn and walk around here on the outside of the lights. This feels very restrictive to me.
Yeah.
And inside the elevator itself, there's no turn around or look up or look down. It's very weird. So we found a secret chamber in the other one. Makes me think there's probably one in here with a page in it somewhere. Okay, we can get all up on this Napoleon painting, but not for any particular purpose, it seems. Okay, so we can look up from that and see this other painting. Huh.
Step back a moment. Okay, there's a green, there's a red. That's a blue and a red. A blue glass and the red thing. What were the three colors in the
hold on
the
now.
burrow?
It's curious, right?
Cool. Yeah. Oh, that's more of a green. Okay.
Yeah, and again, absolutely nothing happens when I click on them. Indeed.
Now, what is that bird up to?
Why can we look through this at nothing?
Because can you rotate this room the way you rotated the elevator?
No, how would I do that?
I don't know. I'm just asking if you think that's because it's kind of.
I mean, if you just think about the way the place is constructed, it doesn't really make sense.
No, I guess not.
We might be able to rotate the entire domicile. I bet that's what that console by the entrance does.
Okay. Well, why don't we look at that then? But that's what the code that we don't know.
Aha. Look, there's a little. Found it.
Okay.
Okay, a large amount of coins and chests and stuff. Oh, no. Wine bottles.
There's a piece of paper rolled up next to one of the wine bottles.
Yep. I'm assuming
up a row and then
it was not the red page. Cirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Achenar. So I was expecting to find the red page in here somewhere. This is what I came back here looking for, you know, just sort of symmetry. Ah, okay, there's our red page.
There we are.
So now we just have to find the way out. So I want to go back to where we came in. So the symbols on this thing are... Okay, there's not very many of them. But never mind. There were more that time than there were the first time through, for some reason. Yeah, and unfortunately, we haven't really seen anything that looks like a string of these symbols anywhere, I don't think. Right?
No, not really.
So you can see, like, the way that it's constructed. Still don't know what the point... you know what? Maybe entering the right code in here turns this into a staircase down. Maybe that's the point of that.
Okay.
But I was just thinking, like, the way this is arranged with the walkway on this big circular thing, there's no reason that the whole domicile couldn't turn. But the two rooms are, like, built on the opposite sides of that interior ring.
Yeah.
Don't really see anything up there. So yeah, we have on, like, the east and west sides leading toward the back here. Just make sure I didn't miss anything.
Let's look
Yeah.
down there again, I guess.
I wonder. Like, if we reverse it exactly. It definitely seems like there's, I don't know, something painted on the backside of the cylinder, maybe?
It's kind of a mirror, I think.
You think it's a mirror?
Yeah, because that's just like a reflection of the hall. Is it not?
Maybe. It's, yeah, I guess so. It's a little like there should be... I take issue with the way this is rendered if it's supposed to be a reflection. But, fine. So yeah, as far as we know, we have no reason to think that any rotation other than the one that leaves the elevator open is correct. Right, is significant at all.
Yeah.
Well, Amabel, I don't know what to make of this.
How? I feel like we need to get it. We need to find some way to get the elevator down, and then we need to come up the stairs. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know how, because it'll push down, the elevator doesn't go down.
Yeah, this is the bottom floor from the elevator's perspective. Yeah, it does seem like it would be helpful to be on the upper floor while the elevator is in the middle position, but the only way to adjust the elevator's position is to be within it, as far as we've seen. And there's no way out of the upper level if the elevator's not up anyway.
Right. Wait, go to the middle again.
Okay. Oh. Nope. Okay, when you press the middle button from the top, it does a timer, which it doesn't do from the other side.
Oh.
So
Okay. Sure.
things should probably behave consistently. That would be neat, but whatever. So these do something, presumably. You can see me turning some cogs. Okay, that just kicked it back up. Awful lot of waiting around here. Push them both all the way up. This one doesn't want to stay all the way up. Yeah, in fact, he doesn't want to do anything other than be down. That was a weird noise.
That was a weird noise.
Happens every time I lower this all the way. Huh. So I can't set this to anywhere except its exact bottom. But we also don't have, like... We don't have any reason to believe that any particular arrangement is going to be good. Right?
Yeah, let's go to the... I'm assuming that what we're doing is changing something else in the house.
Well, I'm assuming that what we've done is nothing.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it goes right back.
Yeah,
after
nothing we do to the right meter matters at all.
It started in what position? The left one?
It's funny, once I step out of the elevator, I'm out of, like, once I press the middle button and I step out of the elevator, I have completely no control until the elevator finishes moving, even though the game still wants to, like, wait 3 seconds before triggering the drop. It feels to me like they could just handle it, you know? Just make it happen right after you step out. And there's nothing else in here that I can interact with.
So the rightmost lever doesn't move anything at all. The leftmost isn't moving. Is that right?
What?
Can you pull up on the right lever for me? Okay. So the left one needs to be in one of those two positions for it to start to spin the gears at all on the right.
What?
Because then, if you, all right, put it up and then you hold it.
I mean, at the moment, that's just art. That doesn't mean anything to us.
Okay, but when you were using the right lever with the left lever all the way down, it wasn't moving the art at all.
Okay.
So I'm just getting what
that was a
input we
different
have
noise.
there.
Let me run this a little bit further. I have no idea.
All right, let's go back down into the house.
It kind of seems like as we advance this a little bit further, it changes the position of, like, the reading head, and then, yeah, the position of the reading head creates the sound effect for this. But, like...
What sound are we looking for?
Yeah.
We don't know.
I have one more thought. Let me just test something real quick. It is unfortunately going to be several clicks.
What do you think,
I
sweetheart?
think that what I'm wondering is if the sounds correspond to those buttons. Oh, we were rotating the thing.
Okay, I assumed.
Well, I was wondering if the sounds corresponded to, like, if we recorded like the first 4 sounds that it made, if those sounds would, if the symbols on the buttons made a sound when we switched to them. Okay, so what does that
Okay.
accomplish for us then? In this room, it'll let us look out
Let's look up
here.
Has not.
So where do we
changed
want?
much.
Where do we need to turn it to?
Right.
I mean, we need to turn it theoretically so that that room is facing that way, but it seems like we're close.
Yeah.
Or we turn it so that the walkway is facing that way.
Right. It would be helpful if the gear and the rooms we need to check were like on the same level. There's a bit of see, as we were passing by there, those kind of engravings in the wall is what I was thinking about. But this seems to be more the thing we actually have to do. So
We just kind of have to vibe this, I guess. All right, so rotate some. I'm sure there's a correct number of turns to count on the gear up there, but how would we know what it is, right?
yeah, I'm sure there's a clue somewhere we don't know. But let's see what it looks like. It might be also that it will give us like a more pleasing
Yeah,
sound.
that's true. It might. I'm mostly what I'm curious about is how much did I just turn it? So I kind of want to run out and see.
Yeah.
Just to see if I can get an idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of how much rotation?
Get us that information.
This is the wrong room. Here we go. Nope. Turn. There we go. Yep. So unfortunately, to get a clean view of what happened, though, we have to run all the way out here. Boy, it almost seems like it didn't move at all.
It might not have.
That's pretty annoying.
It definitely moved before. Yeah. It might be that the sound is telling us.
Yeah, what?
Because that was the same sound we had last time.
All right. Hey, Amabel, I have a brilliant plan. Why don't we call the episode here?
Yeah.
We experiment with this a little bit off camera so as not to waste everybody's time. And we come back once we've got the walkway pointed in the direction we want it pointed in.
All right, that sounds good to me.
So I'm going to say that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Amabel, for helping me cope with my disorder. In case anyone was wondering what what was your plan, sweetie, was, that was her waking me up because I suddenly lost consciousness. Fun times. So, yeah, when you come back next time, we will have gotten this whole ship turned to face the thing, and hopefully that'll do something of value. I'm assuming it'll show us a code sequence for the thing near the entrance or something.
Were those balls up on top of that door already?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I like the code sequence. I like it to...
So yeah, when you come back next time, we'll have this totally sewed up. And we'll see you then.